Hi guys. Trying my first live stream on YouTube. So I don't know how to change the settings here. This is like all new to me. So be patient. Patience, patience. I'm just gonna share this so my people everywhere can find me, and we will get a great little yoga going on here. Doop, doop, doop. So if you end up watching this and you end up liking it, it would be great if you could support me on Patreon. That would be amazing. I can drop the link to my Patreon on there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. One. And the other. Okay. Almost ready to go here. Bear with me, friends. Okay. So hi, looks like a couple people popped on. Thank you so much. Say hello. If you don't mind, it's my first YouTube live stream. I don't know how to use this yet. It's kind of confusing. It doesn't give you a lot of options to choose your camera and stuff. So we're just gonna see how it goes. We can definitely get some great yoga going on. Can you guys hear me okay? If anybody who's watching can let me know in the chat, like if there's any problem with the hearing. Yeah, it's super weird how I can't, like almost every other software I've used, it lets you pick camera and all that. Anyway, whatever. Here we go. Let's do some yoga. I'm gonna set up my mat. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me here. Roll out your mat. Let's get started. Nice little evening stretch. It's gonna feel super good. I really hope you all can hear. So I'm going to sit back here. If you've got blocks, grab your blocks, maybe a blanket or a pillow, and sit here in a nice cross-legged position. You can prop yourself up. If sitting cross-legged is kind of like this for you, I definitely recommend sitting up on a block or sit up on your blanket. And just rest your hands on your thighs. And we're going to do a nice little breath that I've been using all day. Okay, you can hear. Awesome. All day long when I start to feel stressed. So hopefully you can use this breath to your advantage. It's really simple. It's an inhale for 4, a hold for 4, and an exhale for 4. So first, let's just quiet our minds a little bit, quiet our movements, be okay with a few moments of stillness. Close your eyes, reach up tall through the crown of your head. Turn your attention to your breath. Maybe this is the first time today you've noticed your breath. And so it may feel a little bit tight and a little restricted, like it's just in the top of your chest. So give yourself a few breaths, however many it takes, it doesn't matter, to just gradually deepen the breath from being like just in the heart space and the upper chest area. Try to draw it all the way down to the low belly. So just a couple inhale and exhale through the nose. Feel yourself start to quiet down. Feel yourself start to connect with your own self. Connect with your heart. Dropping into your own self, your own space. Maybe while you take these first initial like warm up breaths to shed the day, whatever happened today, maybe some stressful stuff happened, just let it go. So we'll inhale for, when you're ready, inhale for 2, 3, 4, and then hold for 2, 3, 4, and then exhale for 2, 3, 4, and repeat. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 2, 3, 4. And we're going to continue doing that for another moment or two. You can go, your count of 4 can be longer or shorter than mine. It's really just to put a number to the breath and to practice a little bit of breath control. And continue with this 4-count breath. Bring the palms together to touch at heart center. And start to focus and center yourself for this nice evening flow practice. And then while you're here focusing on your breath, you may want to set an intention for your practice. And an intention can be anything that comes to you. There's no real right or wrong about the intention. I usually appreciate a suggestion of an intention because I kind of never really settle on one when it's too vague. So an intention can be something that you are actively working towards in your life. It can be a high, lofty ideal like gratitude or patience or compassion. Those are some that I've been holding in my mind and heart lately. So choose something, one thing, and draw it into your mind and heart. And try to hold it with you as you practice. Try to breathe life into that intention as you practice. And we'll start class with the sound of Om. And gently bow your head to your heart. Release the hands, open the eyes, lift the chin. All right. So let's get started. We're going to take hold of the knees and do a couple seated cat-cow stretches. So on inhalation, you're going to send the chest forward, look up towards the ceiling, draw the shoulders back, nice little arch of the spine, and then exhale, round through the spine and kind of lean back on your sit bones. You can actually round the shoulders, take the chin to the chest, maybe gently activate the low belly here. And then again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then we'll circle it around. So come back up to center. And we're just going to lean the torso over to the right, through the center, to the left. And then you can just take it around again. Moving around as feels comfortable for you. As you come around the back, you can kind of repeat that arch or rounded part of the cat-cow. So these circles, as you move into them, may get a little bit bigger. Just stay, we're not really warmed up yet or anything, so just kind of do what feels good. And then when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So come around the other way. Nice big circle around. Open up the hips. Start to move through the spine. Feels nice. Good. And come back up through center. Roll the shoulders up and back. We'll do this 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Good. So on that last one, drawing the shoulder blades together on the back, take your finger pads right next to your hips. So you have like tented fingers here. And lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Breathe into the chest here. Look up. Good. And then exhale, release. Now we're going to come up onto our knees just for a moment. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Just come up onto the knees. Let your hands rest on your thighs. And we're just roll the shoulders up and back and then drop the head. So little tiny lift in the low belly here. And then just drop the head back for a moment. Breathe into the chest. Gaze up at the ceiling. What are we doing here? We're just trying to undo the text neck. All right, and then lift the head up. You're going to interlace the hands and put them right at the base of the skull here. And you can hug your elbows in towards your ears. Take the chin to the chest and exhale here. And then inhale, just imagine your elbows kind of blossoming out like a flower. Inhale, little back bend, press back with the back of the head into the hands. And then exhale, close it up again. Imagine yourself like a little morning glory. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then come up. From here, we're going to move into our child's pose. So take the knees wide. Bring the big toes together and just keep your bum where it is. Walk your hands out along your mat. And just let the forehead come down. If the forehead doesn't touch the floor, don't worry about it. If it's uncomfortable, or if it's bothering you, or maybe you just want to try a more supported version of the pose, check out a block or a pillow or the big thick book on your coffee table. You know, pick something, support the head, see how that feels. So here, plant your palms down, straighten the arms. You'll feel a little stretch in the shoulders. If you want to increase that stretch, and most of the time I do, you can tense your hands here by lifting the wrist, come up onto the finger pads, and then sink the heart down, take the head down, and breathe into the shoulders. Nice, deep, flowing breath. Try to send it all the way to the back body, back waist, back ribs. Beautiful. Last one. Nice deep breath here, loving the child's pose. Okay, and then walk yourself up. From here, we're going to come into a juicy little twist. So sliding the left arm underneath the right. You're going to come onto the left. I'm going to move my mic here. Come onto the outer side of the left shoulder and like the left temple. And this right hand can stay here, or if it would feel good for you to take it to the sacrum and kind of press your right shoulder back. That feels good for some people. And just breathe some space into this twist. And then we'll release gently. You could take a counter twist here by just opening up the left arm and then placing it down. We'll do same thing on the other side. Dive this right arm underneath the left. So I'm kind of turning my back to you here, but come to the left shoulder, or sorry, right shoulder and right temple, and breathe into the twist here. Again, if it would feel good for you to increase that stretch, you can bring the left hand to your sacrum and draw that left shoulder back in space. Notice the spaces in your body where you feel the twist the most sensation or tightness. Shouldn't feel too much pain. And release when you're ready. You can take the counter twist. Just a little note on pain. Yoga shouldn't be painful, and I would encourage you not to move into pain at all. In fact, I would prefer you do the opposite, like move out of pain. Sensation or like difficulty, stretch, those are all things that are okay. Don't move into pain. You know your body. If you're listening to me and it's not feeling right in your body, I would say don't do that part. Find a modification that works better for your body, or ask a question in the chat. I may not get to it while I'm teaching because I'm here and my computer's there, but I will read it. I will reach out. I will connect. I will try to help you with whatever the issue is. So from here, we're going to move into our downward facing dog. Plant your hands towards the top of your mat. Fingers nice and wide. Pinky fingers grazing the outer edge of the mat, generally speaking. And tuck your toes. Send your bum way high. I like my students to start with bent knees and then press the floor away with your hands. And you can start to straighten bend and straighten. You don't even need to completely straighten. Like you'll notice I'm not even completely straightening. I'm just easing into my little hammy stretch here. And then once you've started to warm that up, you can bend and straighten, like pedaling out the heels, bending one foot and then the other. So if you are tight in your hamstrings and down dog for you looks like more like this, like all the weight is on your hands, I would encourage you to soften the bend in the knees and try to press the weight more back into the legs. And keep the spine nice and long, prioritizing a long spine more than straight legs, like not this, but this. Okay, and then if you can find that long spine and straighten your legs, that's great. Okay, so we'll slow a little bit now. Bend the knees, look up between your hands. You're gonna gently walk the feet up towards your hands and come into this hanging forward fold. So again, same type of thing here. You can soften the knees. You can let the body hang over and gently shake your head no. Nod your head yes. That's designed to like soften the shoulders, soften the neck, and let go of the gripping that many of us do. So if it's still early, we haven't warmed everything up. If you're not ready to straighten the legs, that's all good. So from here, we're gonna roll up through the spine and starting at the base of the spine here. Imagine stacking up the vertebrae, just one at a time. When you get to the top, just roll the shoulders up and back. Once, twice, or thrice. Okay, rooting down through the soles of the feet. We're gonna lift the arms up overhead. Press the palms together at the top here, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. We're just doing a basic sun salute. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant your hands down, and step the feet back to your downward facing dog. And on your next inhalation, we'll come forward to a plank. I would suggest modifying this because it's an evening class. We're kind of winding down, so take it easy. Lower the knees, gently lower the body down. We're gonna untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet down into the mat, and walk your hands forward into a Sphinx pose. Here, gently pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, scooping the tailbone. So another way to say that would be reaching the tailbone down towards the heels, or pressing the pubic bone into the mat. And here, gently reaching forward with the heart, look up towards the ceiling. Nice little Sphinx pose. So from here, let's roll the head ever so gently. So I'm taking my ear towards my left shoulder just a little bit because I'm a little bit tweaky there. And, you know, I'm mentioning it to encourage you all to be mindful of your own tweaky spots. Just gently rolling the neck out and continuing to, keep the awareness and the alignment in the legs, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat and scooping the tailbone. So I'm giving you the opportunity to build that a little bit of strength and support there while we do this nice little neck roll. And we'll come back to center and go around the other way. Last time around. Come back up to center. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to replace our elbows with our hands and do gentle press into cobra. So just a little baby cobra. And then lower down, tuck the toes, and we'll come back through like a child's pose variation. So sending the feet back to your heels. Big breath here. And then come back up into your downward facing dog. Good. Bend the knees, look up between the hands, and step the feet up to your hands. On an inhalation, we'll come halfway up. On an exhalation, fold. Inhale, we'll take the arms out and up. Then exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Beautiful. Let's do that little flow again. Inhale, come all the way, bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold, bowing right over your legs. Again, soft knees here are totally okay. On your inhalation, we'll come halfway up. So I like to encourage my students to come up as far as they need to find a flat back. So maybe it's 90 degrees, maybe it's more. Maybe it's not quite 90, you know, whatever it is. Feel the heart coming forward, you know, not this, you know, draw the heart forward and fold. Bend the knees, and we'll walk the feet back to our downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to your plank pose. Gently lower the knees down. Gently lower the body down. Good. Straighten the legs. Come up into your Sphinx pose. We'll skip the neck rolls this time, but just find the Sphinx pose. Press the tops of the feet again into the mat. Scoop the tailbone. Feel all that yummy, like core support. Gentle, and it's supportive. Good. And then replace your elbows with your hands. Little press into cobra. Good. And then press back to your child's pose. Okay, so from here, we're going to come onto all fours. I'm going to step the right foot up between the hands. So from here, hug the legs in towards one another as if you're trying to like drag yourself forward and get some activity of the legs hugging in. And then sink the hips down. Reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, open the elbows out to the sides. Good. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open the arms out to your sides. Last time. Beautiful. And then take both arms up. We're going to come into the twist. So bring the hands to heart center. And then we'll take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So this is what the twist looks like. And if you're watching your screen and you're like, Jess, you're crazy, release this and just plant your left hand down and take the right arm up and take a modified version. Or even if you can do this version and just feel like taking it more gentle on yourself, you can do that modification as well. Okay, beautiful. Plant your hands down. We'll do the other side. I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to actually turn around so that you guys, I don't do my back to you. So step your left foot up and hug the legs in towards one another again, sinking the hips down as much as feels, you know, good and supported for you. And then 3 times, sweeping the arms up. And then exhale, opening the arms out by your sides. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And then inhale, lengthening. This is to prepare you for the twist. So either bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left knee and coming into this twist version, or you can plant your right hand down and extend the left arm up for a modification here. And we'll hold for 3 or 4 breaths. Beautiful. And then gently release. Plant your hands down. Tuck your toes, and we'll flow again. through our vinyasa. So as you inhale, come forward to your plank, gently lowering your knees. Again, gently lowering your body. Straighten your legs, flip your toes, come up into your Sphinx pose, and just reinforce all that very subtle support in the low belly. It's a great position. It's a great pose to work on this really subtle stuff of scooping the tailbone, pressing the feet into the mat. All that stuff really strengthens a good foundation for back bends. So then replace your elbows with your hands. Keep your elbows hugged in by your sides and come up into a gentle cobra. Good. And release. Stack your hands up and just rest your forehead on your hands. Allow your body to soften here. Give yourself a couple breaths. Maybe remember your intention. And just breathe into that. Now we're going to reach behind you and take hold of your right foot. So take hold of your right foot with your right hand, and we're going to bring the left hand by your side, so in a way that supports you. Ideally, you have your upper arm vertical. So just hugging your right heel in towards just to the outer edge of your bum, and the right elbow bending straight up towards the ceiling. Allowing this little gentle quad stretch. And release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So planting your right hand and bending the left. Take hold of the knee, or take hold of the foot and hug that heel in towards the outer edge of your bum. Good. Bending your elbow up towards the ceiling. Nice little half frog. Okay. And then return to the stacked hands. Bring your head down. You're going to lift the feet and just sway the feet from side to side to kind of loosen up the back, loosen up the low back. All right. From here, we're going to roll ourselves over. We do the number 4 stretch. Such a good stretch. It's found in yoga and in sports all over the place. So bend the knees, plant the feet kind of close to your bum, and bend your right foot, cross it over the left knee. And then we're going to interlace the hands behind the left thigh. So here, trying to keep the shoulders back, the spine nice and long. I have my right foot flexed and active. And the left leg, maybe you find you want to straighten it. Maybe you keep it here. If you have more flexibility, you might straighten it. Maybe walk your hands a little bit closer to your foot. Allowing your body to soften here. Opening up the hips. Perhaps a little gentle sway from side to side would feel good. All right. Gently release. We'll do same thing on the other side. So planting both feet down, crossing left foot over the right knee, and then lift that right leg up. Going to interlace the hands behind the right thigh. Give your body a few moments here to soften, acclimate to the pose. So stay here. This is good for you. If you would like to straighten your leg or deepen the stretch, you can. Optional. And gently release. we'll come into happy baby. So we're going to lift both feet, reach the hands inside your feet. There's two different hand grips. You can take the first two fingers between the first two toes and hang onto your toes like that, or you can just reach around the outer edges of your feet. So whichever one works for you is totally fine and great. So here we're going to hug the knees in towards the armpits and the feet come up towards the ceiling. If you'd like, you can sort of sway from side to side. This is a way to give yourself a little back massage. So while you're in happy baby, try to lengthen the spine along the floor and get as much of your spine in contact with the floor as you can. Babies actually do this. It's so adorable. All right. So from here, you can release, hug the knees into your chest, and maybe circle it around if that feels good for you. And we'll come into one of my favorite poses, which is supine Baddha Konasana, or supine cobbler's pose. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall open wide. And what I recommend for this pose is to use blocks or pillows to support the knees up underneath you, because from support comes release. And it's late at night, we're trying to get ready for bed. So bring the soles of the feet together, prop your legs up. I have this pretty high on my thigh, but this feels supported. I'm not going really for a stretch here in the inner thigh area at this moment. What I'm going for is, let's calm down for bed. So this is our second to last pose, and you can take your one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or you could take both hands on your belly. You could open the hands out in an inverted V, like whatever feels the most relaxing and restorative to you at this point in time. So for me, it's just both hands on the belly. It helps me draw my attention and my breath down deep into the belly. So we'll take 4 or 5 breaths here. And giving yourself permission to relax. And in that phrase, I mean giving yourself permission to not go through the laundry list of things you have to do. Giving yourself permission to be kind and loving to yourself. Permission to stop any self-deprecating type thoughts. Permission to cultivate self-love here. And just a couple more breaths, nice and deep. For our last pose of the evening, I would like to invite you to find a wall space where you can take your feet right up the wall. So the way you do this is you get your bum close to the wall, and then you dive your opposite shoulder down. Just roll over. And you should have your bum kind of close to the wall, as close, maybe it's touching, but if you're tight in the hammies, you might need a little space. And just let the feet come up the wall. The arms can be like in a cactus or in an inverted V, whatever feels good for you. I kind of like that cactus thing because it opens up my chest and heart. This is a great pose to prepare you for bed. So I want you to stay here for a couple of minutes or as long as feels good for you. And I will bid you adieu in this pose and leave it open to you how long you stay there. So with your legs up the wall, I'll just sing you a little chant, and bid you good night. From here, just allow yourself to relax and soften. Allow this legs up the wall pose to restore you. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you for practicing. Enjoy your rest. Good night and namaste.